The Crusader Queen, Sarah, what's she called again? The Disgraceful, is sitting on her throne here in Zaragoza, thinking about what the next steps are for her realm. Hey everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to the channel and more Crusader Kings 3 action with the Angevin and Queen Sarah. As always, thank you for all the comments. There have been a lot of great ones in the last few episodes that have just really been topsy-turvy, and I really appreciate that. We're going to continue on here, see how far we can get with the Plantagenets, if we can push it. I mean, I don't know if we're push it all the way to the end date of CK3, but we're already in 1221, so why not do another 200 years, right? But anyway, I did want to say, if you guys are looking for ways to support the channel beyond watching and likes and comments and sitting through those annoying ads, which those are the best ways to support the channel, but if you're looking for other ways, links down in the description. Go to Patreon, where you can support the channel there, as well as to my Nexus GG store if you are looking at maybe buying Crusader Kings 3 or one of the DLCs or another game. Purchasing through there, you get a Steam code, and a percentage of the sale goes to the channel, which is awesome. And you can also become a channel member or subscriber. Member, that's what it's called, I think. I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. So the plan, let me unpause this for today. I have to be perfectly honest, I am not 100% sure the direction we're going to go here. We are looking at reunifying the lands as well as pushing and challenging England. You know, the English right now are once again internally at war. Duke Albert of York in the war for Maud's claim on the Kingdom of England, so we will see where and how that goes. They are currently losing that war. And the consideration is for Queen Sarah to take on England and reconquer Normandy and kind of reunify these lands. Or, in the meantime, look internally and go after some of these here. And in my personal opinion, that could be the best bet currently, is gobbling up some of the little guys and then turning attention against England and Aquitaine. Aquitaine being the big one here that's really bothersome. Brittany could also be another one. So let's quickly take a look at the war options. So there are quite a few here that we can look at. Let's just go down these, and we can see in green there are a number here. I mean, you know, England is very, very weakened right now. They can build up a lot, but grabbing Normandy is very, very tempting. The other options we have down here in Navarra as well. Greetings, my charming liege. I have arrived in Zaragoza to pay homage to you, glorious queen, Count Valoran of EU. So we will let him in and gain those gifts. I'm not going to go through that same thing over and over again. So Duke Leon, we can grab Navarra and add that. That would be a relatively swift war, and we can expand within Iberia as well. Then the Queen of Sicily, our claims, and we have a lot of claims down here for the Duchy of Calabria. So that's one option. That would be a really weird one. She is in debt, so that's a nice thing. Keeping that, keep an eye on that. Montargis. So we can just take that or that, no cost to grab for the duchy. So that would be another one that would probably go relatively swiftly. Then we've got Vicence of Aquitaine. So here there are a few ones we could push for. So we've got claims for the Duke down here, Carcassonne. Othon's claims for the county of Touraine, which of course used to be part of ours, and another claim here as well. So They could be one to target. Italy, of course. We could go for the Duchy of Genoa, which would be a nice one, but that's not really what I'm interested in. It's the County of Anjou is the one that I am most interested in. Here is military strength is similar to ours, which is an interesting claim, but we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Then the next one, Duchess Alice and Alfonso's claim. That's not really one I'm overly interested in. And then Men itself, we can just grab that one. That would also be a pretty swift war. And then finally, of course, we have England. So Maud is now Queen of England. They are alone. They are rebuilding. They have no allies. They are outside of war. So this, I believe, now would be the time. Now that we've resolved that, I think moving in on Normandy would be a prudent move, personally. And then going down and claiming Navarra, we may as well go for that and expand our Iberian holdings at the same time. But I want to reunify these lands as quickly as possible. But going after England in this weakened state, I think, is the key. Queen Maud of the Delapole family has taken over, and now might be the time. So as always, we are moving our rally point to close to where we want to go. I would say the first place we're going to go up here is to Rouen. Take that, and then work on these, and then we'll probably have to launch an invasion of England. Now we're going to call in our allies. Norway is going to be ideally a good help. Our Welsh allies as well, and then Galicia being the really, really big one to bring in. All right, let's declare the war. Raise our armies, and now we can call in our allies. So our troops are ready. We will move them into Rouen. Our allies have been called. Of course, we're going to be losing money now, but that's not something I'm overly concerned with. Here comes our cousin from Brittany as well. Our daughter from Aachen is coming in, and then our various other allies. The Galicians have mobilized, and then we can see our Welsh allies, and somewhere here come our Norwegian allies. So we're going to take on the English from multiple angles. Here is an English army that has moved into the south. But we're just not worried about that one right now. They've got 14 months. We've got 5 months on this one. Once we have that siege done, we'll move south and smash that army. But looks like our allies are already moving down there, and the Norwegians are moving in to take on the English, and they're chasing them down. And looks like they're not going to escape this battle. Let's go here. And that is actually the King of Norway against the Queen of England. She is leading her forces directly. Let's see. Will they capture her? They do. The King of Norway has captured the Queen of England, and we can enforce our demands immediately. And that was an incredibly swift war. I mean, that was as fast as you can get. King of Norway captures Queen of England, and with that we have won. Now we can turn in here. Aquitaine itself is currently at war with Gascon, so an internal war for them, and so this might be a good time to go after Aquitaine as well. But I'm not going to worry about that. Lines of legacy. About legacy. The latest work of my acquaintance, Mayor Loup, has become all the rage at court of late. The piece deals with memory and what we leave behind, and Loup has publicly dedicated it to me. When heritage takes shape, the mightiest women must leave this earth, no matter what realms they have given birth. 'Tis rare enough for women to admit that given chance, they'd change quite a bit. So far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. I don't know how I feel about this. Loup, that really is heartfelt. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, a gift. Do we send him a gift? Please accept. Oh, I accept your gift. Of course, I accept your gift. No, I think right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn internally here. We're gonna go after these lands here and just gobble them up. We may as well. She has no allies. We're gonna declare war for our claims and raise our armies once more. I know they're a little bit far away right now, but I'm not concerned about that. I'm not going to call in any allies because we're not going to need any allies to deal with this. So time to head down south and take the county of Men post-haste. So this is going to be a swift battle against Sigismund's forces. I lost our hook. Keep forgetting about the hooks. That is one of my shortcomings in CK3 is, you know, I gain these hooks and then I tend to forget about them. So if that's frustrating you as a viewer, I do apologize. I do have a lot going on, and I don't play these, you know, I don't sit here for 6 hours doing this, you know, I'll do an hour here, do an hour there, as time permits. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this rally point down to here, because Montargis will be the next target for the Queen. And I think the best title for this episode is probably Queen's Revenge, as you will see in the title description. So, that is done, and we can enforce that and disband our troops. We now have domains and lands. Yes, sure, I accept your gift as well. Above the domain limit, so we're going to move on a domain. Aubry de Ems. He is our acclaimed knight. Could give it to him as a thank you. He's 61 years old. He will no longer be an acclaimed knight, but at 61, I'm not overly concerned about that. We'll just grant that title to him. He has definitely earned it. And now the Queen's Revenge will move their sights on Montargis, and we will seize this for the de jure Duchy of Orléans, and then move in here. I mean, quickly, we'll just take this. She has a larger contingent, but one that I am not concerned about. We'll crush that army, and then we may as well crush that army next, and then take the capital. We're actually going to move in here. They are going to run off. Are they going to get out in time? They are. Here comes an allied force. Well, we're not going to worry about that. They have a decent allied force. Might be good to bring in a house member. I think I'm going to call in Alice. And just bring her in, my cousin. And we will go after this. So we've got a new diplomacy perk we can unlock. Adaptive tradition, so max learn language schemes +1. Foreign affairs effectiveness +25%. So we're going to do that. I think we're going to call in another house ally in our daughter as well. And Mathilde Vauvergne, she does not like us, so we're not going to bother with her. With those two allies, that'll definitely help. And our daughter will come to our aid and help us. Here comes Brittany from the south. And they're going to sit there. If they swing around, we can build up enough force power to defeat them. And our daughter's coming in with 2,000. So being in 5,400. So they're just going to sit here. And we're hopefully going to win this. A secret exposed. Mayor Alès of Grasse has accused my Chancellor Baron Gargamel of having an extramarital affair with his lover, Arsenda. How could he defile the sanctity of marriage? So our cousin and our daughter are coming in. And we will win this in about a month. And then we'll crush that army and call it a day. So with that one, we are now going to head over here with all of our allies and head into battle here. against the defender. We have just overwhelming forces, and this should then ideally take care of it. We may have to siege down this holding. We'll see. After the victory in the field, we do not have to do that, so we will enforce our demands. So be it, and disband. And with that, Aragon has expanded nicely here in northern France right in the beginning. So now we will turn our attention elsewhere. So now let's take a look here at what all else can be done. Yolande of Brie Française for that title. I'm not really concerned with that. I do want to bring these lands together. We cannot, because we do not have a Casus Belli on him. But the King of Italy has no allies. I don't know why they're saying that our military strength is similar, because that is not the case. At least not as far as I can see. But that's just an eyesore that needs to be removed, in my opinion. So we will declare war for Anjou. Raise our armies here, and we will call in our house members yet again. I think I'll also do is call in the Calabrians, because that'll be problematic for the Italians. And I think that is all we will do currently. So I'll move down here into Anjou and reclaim our heartland, that which is ours, by right and by birth. We'll see the Italians coming. Here comes an Italian army. The only issue we have with Italy, of course, is the fact that we could be stretched a little bit to win this war, in the sense of that we may need to head south and actually invade Italy itself for this, which is a little bit of a complication, but not one I'm overly concerned with right now. I want to reclaim Anjou and then go from there. Henri comes of age. I'm proud to see my son no longer as a child, but as an adult. Despite being a chatty child, Henri at times finds it difficult to get along with people. Few at any court would be overly impressed by his grasp of etiquette, but at least he does know how to hold his own in polite company. They grow up so fast. Mental break. Wanton desires. Once again. Perhaps if a new view of God will help me. So convert to Polytheism. No. Some solitude again. So she's going to head back into her tower and relax there. We do have a number of people in our prisons that we still need to deal with here. They've been in here for a long time. So the Italian army has arrived. Synergize a friendship. Sarah, I know I can count on you in all things, and I wonder, would you commit to always aid each other in matters of experience and training? Gains enhanced intrigue. Stress gain plus 15%. On decline, you know what? We're going to decline this one. So he loses some opinion, but I'm not overly concerned. And now we will move in here. Let's see if we can destroy the enemy's military. We'll just hunt them down a little bit. And continue to pursue, harry, harass, and destroy. Call to war to the perceptive Queen Sarah, Norwegian de jure war against the King of Denmark. Okay, so we're definitely going to accept this war, whilst we're still trying to finalize our war here against the Italians for Anjou, which, as I feared, probably is going to require us to invade Italy. Loyalty or fear? As their queen, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law, but how much is obedience without devotion worth? In times of crisis, a slow response or a half-hearted effort can lead to disaster. Can I afford such a risk? Fear is far more effective tool. I have more important men to impress. Yes. I'm not overly concerned with that right now. Let's go in here and let's finally rid ourselves. It's the king himself. King Edward of Italy is leading his forces. Capturing him would have been nice, but we're just going to continue to harry him and destroy his troops in the field wherever they may go. And once we've got that done, we can then look at heading up north and aiding our Norwegian friends. I'm looking where their war even is. We'll figure that out. But for right now, I feel like we may need to move south into Italy itself. It's just, where to go with our army? I mean, we captured the Italian capital in Anjou, which is just pure insanity. So, yeah, let's head down here to Genoa. Might as well. Actually, we'll just go here to Turin and slowly whittle them down that way. Our Calabrian allies are heading that way. And other than that, I don't really see any threat. I mean, we destroyed the Italian army in the field. And now we're going to head down south and siege down some of their lands here in northern Italy. Excommunication. Count Lisandro has been excommunicated. We're at 91% war score. So a few sieges down here in Italy, and that'll take care of that. Now there comes a small Italian army. Wonder if we can catch them in the field. Go around this way. If we can maybe capture the king, that could really help us out. See which way they go. We meet them here. Capturing the king, that'll end the war. I mean, we're at 97% war score. We own their capital. So we'll see if we can head them off here in the mountains. This is very difficult terrain to do that in. We're going to do our best. Break that off, turn around again. We have a new lifestyle perk here. Ducal Conquest, so title creation costs minus 20% Casus Belli, and we can use the Ducal Conquest Casus Belli. So we will unlock that. As our army continues to chase him, we're at 99%, and there is 100. You can enforce the demands, and so be it. Okay, let's hit pause here. We've got Angers back. And Angers is a land that we will most definitely keep. So what I now did is I actually granted Lusignan to a loyal courtier. And because we're going to keep Angers. Eventually, once we're out of war, we're going to move our realm capital from Zaragoza back to Angers into our heartland. And then start more growth here. So now what we can do is aid our Norwegian friends that are fighting for these lands up here. So we can send our troops up here and help in the fight against the Danes. So we will do that now. We're going to sail all the way to northern Denmark. I mean, we could just go straight into Sjælland, straight to the Danish capital. I kind of want to just get here and see what the situation is before we overcommit ourselves. I mean, it looks like the Norwegians have this under control. So I'm not too concerned about it. You can see this battle, the Norwegians are winning. Can't forget, the King of Norway did aid. In fact, he was the one who swiftly brought to an end the war with England by capturing Queen Maud in the field. All right, so we have now landed in northern Denmark, and I believe we may as well go on a bit of a raiding spree here. See, the Danish king is coming, or he's heading north. So they're kind of leaving their heartland alone. I mean, do we just go straight for Chelont and their capital? Rare solitude, careless footing. Ugh, enjoy a rare solitary bath, but my grip isn't as firm as I thought. My foot slips and I start to slide rapidly and unexpectedly. Wait for it. 80% chance. Oh no. 80% chance she's going to become incapable. And what incapable does is, due to physical injury or mental disability, Sarah is unable to take care of herself or take decisions independently. Is this now the end of Queen Sarah? She is indeed incapable. So we now have an entrenched regency with Duke Leon of Aragon at the head of the government. Wow, it is... Things are not good now all of a sudden for the queen. Not even a little bit. So we gotta look here and maybe try to get out of this war as fast as possible. And one way to do that is, you know, we're just gonna go straight into... I thought we could maybe go by sea, but we can't. We're gonna just slowly siege our way through Denmark. So now, is this the end of Queen Sarah? That's obviously the big question we need to... that this episode will answer. 46-year-old Sarah, the disgraceful. She is currently incapable, but she does have an heir in Prince Henri, who is looking relatively capable, actually. He is betrothed to the Infanta of Galicia, who's still 14. So we'll have to see what happens with Queen Sarah now. The war score has gone down because the Danes have reconquered some lands. So we're actually going to take our army now, and we are going to land up here in Norway and support the Norwegians as best we can. You know, we're just going to go straight in here. The Norwegian army is moving in that way. Now we can switch over this way. If they're going to catch them, we may make it in time. We're going to help them siege down these lands here on the coast then. Not going to worry about mainland Denmark. So we're just gonna go in here, and this will be a victory. And King Mikkel of Denmark is actually in this battle. Stephanie comes of age. They grow up so fast. And betrothed can marry. And a victory is down there, and we will send that proposal. So that is done. Now we can head on down here. Actually, what we can do is we're going to head further on down here. They're sieging that down, so I'm not overly concerned with that. We've got a gift that we are going to accept because we need the cash right now. So we deal with this foreign war here, supporting our good allies from Denmark. Looks like we are going to engage in battle here with the Danish army and the king himself. We need a new physician. That's what we need to take care of. Once this battle is done and over with King Mikkel, who looks quite the imposing physical figure. So that was a good victory. A call to war. I call on you, my cousin. Tyranny against Queen Costanza of Sicily. Fine, we will accept that one as well. But we do need a physician now. Average, we don't really have anybody that's good, so we are going to search for a physician. Court physician. So we've got Pernell. She is a physician. Or this guy, Osticio. I think Pernell is definitely the one to go with here. So she is our new physician, which is something obviously we need. And then it looks like we're going to be heading down all the way down here to get involved in the Calabrian War against the Sicilians. So that'll be an interesting little escapade. We're going to go from Scandinavia to the boot of Italy. So just a few days left here, and this siege will be won. At that point, we're going to head across here and take on the Danish army down here that is trying to reconquer some of the lands that we got. Another call to war. Castilian claim. on that. Please accept a humble gift. Okay, of course, I will always take any gifts. Now we're going to deal with an Iberian War. The Iberian War is going to be significantly much more important than a war in Calabria, which actually looks like they're going to lose here. But first we got to deal with this and take on and hopefully capture the king of Denmark. We can see Fort Holland is being besieged here, and another victory in the field there. And now we'll just head down here to Viborg. Let's take a look over here, what's going on here. So the Castilians have come into our lands. Well, that's annoying. Well, you can see the Galicians are sieging Burgos, and they've got years worth of sieges here. It's far too large of an army for us to deal with, which is frustrating, but hopefully we'll be able to get out of some of these wars here quickly and then just support the Galicians. And the thing is, the Castilians aren't trying to conquer us, they're just trying to knock us out of the war. The Norwegian war here against Denmark should be over here very, very soon. There it is, 100% war score. And looks like we got some cash out of Viborg. So be it. That is one. And now we will sail back down here. What we're going to do is we're going to land here in Biscaya and then march south. And now we have a new diplomacy lifestyle perk, forced vassalage. So we can use a forced vassalage casus belli, flexible truces, shorter truces, and no prestige penalty for breaking them. Scheme power goes up. Yeah, let's go with flexible truces right now, because I think there's a very good chance that Sarah is not going to be around much longer. Because of that, let's see. We can ask our head of faith for gold or claims. Duchy of Leon. So that would be an interesting one. A claim for Leon itself. Though that's not really something I'm interested in. The Duchy of Toulouse. Ooh, yes. Yes, we will. We will take that one. For sure. And we can station these people here. We can't because they are raised. Okay, of course. Darn wars. But that's a little bit too much. All right, so we have our claim on the Duchy of Toulouse. The reason why that's important right now is because, and our son will get married now, is because it will be a pressed claim. So that means when Queen Sarah dies, her heirs, her children, will gain an unpressed claim on the Duchy of Toulouse. So this war score is looking good right now because the Galicians captured Burgos, the capital, and the Castilians are nowhere near the capital. So here, we are landing up here, and we are going to head over this way. Actually, we're going to head all the way over here. Culture has discovered windmills. And now the Castilians are moving over. They captured that part of Galicia, and that is a very large army. That is an overwhelming force that there's just no way we can defeat them. That is far too big of an army. Gonna ask money from our head of our faith. And spends 250, and we will. So get some cash in. Very, very important as we are just in this. This is a lost war here. I mean, the Castilians are far too powerful. Sarah now comes of age and grows up incredibly fast. So she will be married off. Excellent. Now, what about other children that we have here? Everyone else is betrothed or married, except Prince Geoffroy. So let's see if we can find someone here. Well, here's an interesting little thing. We can marry Geoffroy to Beatrice de la Pole and gain an alliance with England. That's too bad, no claims. That would have been the perfect one. We can ally with the Kingdom of Jerusalem. I don't really like that one. Kingdom of Poland. Further our ties with the Kingdom of Norway. Further our ties here. Dagmar with the Kingdom of Denmark and claims in Denmark. Charlotte, Duchy of Burgundy. Ooh, that I like. Burgundian claims. Ooh, that I really like. And we'd have an internal French ally here in Burgundy, lands that I am not interested in at this time. Aquitaine is going to be the bigger issue, and then, you know, gobbling up Champagne, Brittany, and so on. So having the Burgundians as allies with claims, that's a big deal. So we're going to head south here in the southern lands of Castile. I don't see this war going well. I mean, honestly, what should happen now is that the Galician king got some meaningless artifacts that are being destroyed. I'm not too worried about. What he should do is he had the war score here to white peace, but I can't. He should have white pieced out of this when he captured Burgos, but he decided, the AI decided not to. Defeat, so be it. So war has been lost down in the boot of Italy. An empty throne. My Cortiliana has insisted on seeing me, even though I have made it known that I would rather be alone. My impressive queen. It now has been a long time. It is time for me to pay a royal court visit. Yes, but I am incapable. So there's really not much that can be done at this point in time. So we're down here in southern Castile. And maybe we can do a little bit of besieging and win some stuff down here. God, another ally has joined that war. Yeah, I mean, the war score just is overwhelmingly going to crush Galicia. But they didn't white peace out, which is really something they should have done. And we're just in it now for getting some cash. There's not much else we can do, and the Castilians are going to become more and more powerful. Let's take a look at this. So it's Castilian claim on the entire kingdom of Galicia, which of course will end our alliance with him, and therefore make Castile extraordinarily powerful in Iberia yet again. And that's problematic. We'll just have to shift then from Galicia to Castile and build an alliance with the Castilians then that way. I mean, if they attack us, they're attacking Francia, then ideally we just have the support of the Emperor. At this point, we're just raiding down here. Another mental break. Only in solitude will I find peace. Yes, she will head further into solitude, which makes sense. I mean, she's incapable right now. Might as well, right? Alliance expired with Yingling in Norway. So that's a pity. But we do have Wales. We have Prince Snorri of Norway. We're at truce here. In the Galician War, that'll end soon enough. We have been engaged in battle down here in Malagon, and they have the overwhelming forces. I got distracted and didn't pay attention. Man, I wish he would just white peace out. Like, seriously. I don't like the fact that it's very likely that the Castilians will gain so much control in Iberia, and it's only a matter of time before they turn on us. Even though they still have plenty of people down here to go after, which would be, you know, an interesting direction for them to go. But you can see here, their armies are going to swarm the Galicians and then take that over. And it's just a constant back and forth in Iberia, as it was in real life. Looks like this could be a decisive battle down here. Let's go to this, and that is the two kings are meeting on the field, and now the war score has shifted in the favor of the Castilians. But, oof. Don't really know how much more butt kicking we want to get subjected to. Gargamel, we need a new chancellor, and Duke Thomas of Orléans. Looks like he would be okay. So we will do that. Looks like in the meantime, we've got the Aragonese and the Duchy of Barcelona going to war here. So there's that. Let's just sneak in here a little bit, see if we can raid and get some cash before inevitably this war is going to be done. The new diplomacy lifestyle perk. We're going to go forced vassalage. Unlock that. What's the queen doing? She is still incapable. So that's the end of her capabilities right now, which is more than frustrating. You can see the Castilian forces are slowly but surely making their way towards the capital. My daughter-in-law is Stefania, giving birth to a son, Engelbert. Excellent. Nice. We see here, Barcelona has expanded. Duke Pere Ramon has added these lands here, the disgraceful. Let's sway him and get on friendly terms with him, because he's obviously becoming our most powerful vassal overall, especially in Iberia, without a doubt. Hey, we gained some cash. All right, let's head down here to Valencia. Siege down there. White peace, so be it. So after all of that, nothing has changed. Well, thankfully, I could have white peaced out much, much sooner, but chose not to. Now we're going to head here to Angers, and we are going to move our realm capital back home to Anjou. We've got a ransom to pay out there, and that is finally done. So I think now is a good time to end today's episode. So it's still pretty border gory, but recaptured Anjou, as well as some other little holdings here, and Normandy. We helped the Norwegians, we helped the Galicians make sure the Castilians didn't get too darn powerful. You know, that's still not looking good right now. But this was definitely, I would say, a chapter of Queen's Revenge. However, it's with a heavy heart, because Queen Sarah the Disgraceful is incapable, and there's every chance that the next episode will be her last. Let me know your thoughts on today's episode with comments down below. Don't forget to hit the like button. Until next time, I am Realm Builder Guy, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.